Actress Pamela Roylance joins us today for an epic conversation. She played Coach Jenna in the Slumber Party Massacre. She's also known as the iconic Sarah Carter on Little House on the Prairie. Super excited, guys. Let's do it. Miss Pam, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited. The Slumber Party Massacre reunion continues. As you know, I had Michelle Michaels on the show. She speaks the world of you, speaks the world of the movie. And my first question to you, obviously this was Michelle's first movie as an actress. Where was this in your career?
The same. This was my first feature film. I had moved here to Los Angeles from Portland, Oregon, and I had done things there like commercials and educational films, the things you don't really consider a feature film. And I felt I was as far as I could go there, and I wanted to move to Los Angeles to try the big time. And was just answering the trade papers. In those days, we would go through, I think it was Backstage West and different trade papers. And at the very back was the non-union section. And I submitted my photo and I got an interview, and so it was my first job for feature film.
And did you ever think that it would be a cult classic? Did you ever think that we'd still be talking about it today?
It still surprises me, Chris, that this is a classic. I never saw it that way. I, truth be told, was a little embarrassed. I felt it was a bit exploitive of women at the time, and I didn't really understand why it would live so long and have such a message that nowadays is very poignant and important. So I am just thrilled. It was dumb luck, but I was just thrilled and lucky to be a part of this. You know, when you read the script and you see there's shower scenes and you know, you just, the way the girls interacted with their boyfriends and things like that, and it was, but when I saw it, that's when I really went, oh, wow. And by that time, I was on Little House on the Prairie.
Wow. Wait, so Slumber Party was your first film, right? Then you jump right into Little House on the Prairie. I mean, how do you go from one classic to another? That's amazing.
Ooh, really, the luck of the draw. When I moved from Portland, I had 4 ideas in mind. I would love to have been on the Waltons, on Little House on the Prairie, on anything Walt Disney, and on a show at the time, very popular, called 8 is Enough. So those were the shows I felt like I was really right for. And so because it was a goal of mine, I think it was, I don't want to say it wasn't a surprise, because I'm always surprised when I book anything. But when it's something you're going after and you really, really want, you're so focused and you are so ready to have the gift of that. I think that you kind of invite that into your life. So they were looking for somebody whose shoes I could fill. I could play that woman. And yeah, so it was right timing. It was perfect timing. In fact, I had actually auditioned for the role of Sandy Horton on Days of Our Lives before I auditioned for Little House. And they wanted me to lose some weight and be all this and all that. And that is not who I was. And I was very angry by it. I just thought, I hate this town and these people who just think every woman has to fit the trophy model wife looking person. And I didn't do anything about losing the weight or changing anything until I was up for the Little House audition, and Michael Landon said to my manager and agent, she's terrific, I just would like her to lose a little bit of weight for me. And you know, to hear it again, but now it wasn't from the world of soap opera, it was from the Little House, one of my 4 goals. So you bet I lost the weight, you bet I got my ducks in a row and I was ready and went in for multiple auditions and got the part. So again, just lucky that Susan Sookman McCrae, the casting director, saw my photo and said, she looks like she'd be right for this. I'll have her in.
Again, that's so amazing. We're talking 3 classics now: Slumber Party, Little House, and Days of Our Lives. I mean, are we talking natural talent here, or was acting always the dream? Were you already in training?
You know, I'm not sure how much natural talent I really have. So much of it is such a love and a desire, a thing inside you that pushes you to want to go after whatever it is in your life that you feel you need to be doing. And so I had that drive, and I studied from I started, my first play was in the 6th grade in my grade school. My teacher wrote it, and I played the part of a boy. And my dad said I knew everybody's lines and prompted everybody who forgot lines right there on stage in front of everyone during the show. So it was something I knew that I loved. The church I was raised in, they had a lot of opportunities to act, to perform, and to give speeches and dance competitions and things like that. And then in high school, it was whenever I was whenever they allowed me to have electives, I went straight to the drama department. And all through college, it was my major, my master's, everything was in speech, theater, drama, English, that whole genre there.
It definitely explains a lot. I mean, having you here now, sharing your story, it's inspiring because I definitely think that there was some natural talent there. I think you're super talented, but I mean, your energy is amazing, and confidence. Confidence is what I'm really hearing right now. And I mean, that's what I saw watching Slumber Party for the first time. The character of Coach Jenna, she was confident, she was strong, she was in control of her team, she was in control of herself. And of course, she tries to take control at the end when she has to take on the killer. I mean, was that confidence, that strength and bravery? I mean, was that the way the character was written, or was there some real life Pam in there?
Definitely, I think she was written that way. And I don't know how I had the savvy to bring that in, because this was all so new to me, the on-camera experience, especially at this level. And I had a naivete about me. So I guess the driving force was the game of let's pretend, which is why I always loved dressing up and acting, and all of it from a little kid. But now it was an adult playing let's pretend, but you dive into it the same way. You 100% believe you are the pirate on the ship, or you are the maid scrubbing the floor. You are 100%. Yes, I'm a girls' high school basketball coach. Let's do this. Yeah, with no doubts. Yeah.
You really made me believe. So let me ask you this: since you were playing the coach, I mean, off camera, I mean, were you social? Were you having fun, or were you kind of keeping yourself away from the rest of the cast?
I think I was friendly with them, and I didn't have as much one-on-one with them as they had with one another. And I'd heard that Michael was very removed. He definitely was distancing on purpose from everyone, which served his character very well. But for me, I just remember, I always like to be liked. It's like a fault from when I was little. I wanted people to like me. So on a set, I think sometimes I can be a little too friendly and a little too concerned about that social process, as opposed to really focusing on doing the work and not really worrying how people judged it. And I'll never forget Angela Lansbury as Jessica in Murder, She Wrote. I had a scene with her, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were the first ones up, and I was just kind of frozen because it was Angela Lansbury. And finally, she just took me by the hands and she said, "My dear, there's no need to be nervous here. You are among family." And I calmed down and I remembered my lines, and I stopped flubbing them, and everything was fine. And you would never know it when you watch the scene, but it's just, you can really talk yourself out of the moment just by minimizing your existence and your right to be in the room. So that's been a process to learn that. But I think back in those early days, my experience with any one of those young girls, they treated me very kindly and respectfully. It was an all-around really good experience, and a learning experience. Are you aware about the peek hole scene in my apartment door?
Yes.
Or the house where I live? So I drive to the house, and there's already been at least one murder, I think, maybe two murders, the high school and a telephone truck. And I go to the house, and there's a woman inside who turns out to be the landlady, and she is drilling a peek hole. And so I'm looking down, and the drill comes from the inside out, and it's like that sort of a reaction. It only had one door, as I recall, so we couldn't make mistakes. but I clearly remember traffic noise, car going by, and not hearing the drill at all, and not being aware that it had come through the door and was sticking there when I look up. So I miss the whole thing that it was supposed to be timed as. And I do think they found a way to do it again and to patch up that, I think, because I do remember we did it a couple of times. And it was, but I always felt it was so false because I I still couldn't get the timing right because I couldn't really hear the thing come through.
And do you know if there were any deleted scenes in regards to your character? Because, I've seen the movie 100 times, and even when I watch it now, I still feel that there's a connection between, Coach Jenna and the killer. Because with your scene specifically, whether you're riding in the car or you're at home with the wine, it just, I don't know, I just felt like the killer was still watching. Even though we didn't see him, I felt like he was watching you. And of course, at the very end, that reaction that you have that I love,
Yeah.
I just felt like, wow, did she really know the guy? Or was he a crazy ex or a brother or something like that?
I don't think so. I think I have reread. The original script I had was called Sleepless Nights, and then there was another name before that, but the script I had was Sleepless Nights, and I think I have reread it. I also think in the moment, I don't recall any of my scenes being cut, but it seems like it's all pretty much there. At the end, you probably know the blooper with the rubber fire poker, that it bobbles a little bit at the end when I hit him on the back, and they don't cut it right away, and you can see that little rubber tip bobbling. And I don't know that we saw that in the filming, but I just remember how much fun that all was. The scene where I get cut with the drill, that's going to be moments later when he gets up and slashes. That was a bit nerve-wracking, that part of the scene, because I need to ask Amy this. I think special effects was not there that day, and we were using the stew that we had for lunch as what was coming out of my. I don't know if that's really true or if I just made that up, but there was something kind of wrong. And so I held this. We had two t-shirts, two Speedos, and so we had to get it right within 2 takes. And it worked, but it was all this timing of pulling Trish off one direction and then turning back to him with my hand on the meat, and so it wouldn't fall out too soon. And I had a mouth that as soon as I got slashed, I would bite it and the blood would spill. And so there was all this timing of all these things. And that was tricky. It's nice to be a part of something as Little House that lasts and lasts and makes an impression. Oh, can I tell you one quick little thing? I was doing a Lifetime movie of the week, and I walk on the set the first day, and it's in a house on location. And the two, I think they were both sound guys. I walk in the door and they immediately say, "Slumber Party Massacre." And I hadn't heard anybody say that for years. And I said, "You've seen it?" And they said, "Oh my gosh, girl, you need to get out there and realize that this is a cult classic." And then a niece of mine found it on some documentary. It was included in the footage of classic cult pictures, and I had no idea. So kind of fun to be a part
Wow.
of something like that.
Well, you were absolutely fantastic. All of you rocked it out. I love this movie. I love the story. I love the characters. It's just so much fun. It's a classic. And so let me ask you this. So since you've been a part of so many classics, when you look back at your career, was there a moment or a project when you felt that, where you were just, you were living the dream, you were happy? Did you have any kind of moments like that?
Oh yes, and specifically it was on Little House. We were out in Simi Valley where we shot it, and we were up at the ranch and outside, a beautiful spring day, and we were waiting to be called back to the set. And I was just sitting there with the people who played my family and the children's parents, who it was such a happy set and such a happy cast and crew. So I was just really enjoying being with everybody, and I all of a sudden just kind of spaced out, was looking off at the hills that were surrounding us, and I was so content. And I remember thinking that very thing, this is the life I wanted to live. And all of a sudden, the mother of the boy who played my youngest son, she says, "Wow, you are really happy right now. Where are you?" She said, "You're really content, huh?" And that was such a defining moment of knowing that it's worth chasing your dreams and just sitting in it and enjoying it and appreciating all the people that help you get there. Every moment, all the people who push you along the way in whatever way to take you to the place you've dreamed of going. And I have to ask you, Chris, if you have time.
Sure.
I'm right now mentoring an 8th grader who has to do a school project, and she asked me if I would be her mentor. She has chosen a song from a movie, and she's building a scene around it. She has to write it and direct it, and then edit it, and then present on it. And so I am finding out that I know an awful lot. So I am able to teach her a lot, and it's thrilling to watch her and her parents learn things. Like just the other day, we were talking about an establishing shot. So I said, you never notice how many times you'll be like outside the hospital, outside the police station for Brooklyn 911, you'll see that shot. You'll know the next shot is going to be in that hospital or in that precinct. And I said, that's the shot that tells you this is where you are. And that your director, writer, and cinematographer are all telling a story, but they have to force the audience. And you know this because this is what you do. So now I'm finding out how little I really know. I know a lot, but it's not what you know because you're so much deeper into this process of creating the films you're doing, the independent projects. And I'm in such deep awe at the level you are at.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And congrats to you and to your up and coming filmmaker. She's in perfect hands. And, I really think that, today more than ever is a perfect time to be a creator, to be in the industry, because, with our phones and all the access that we have, I mean, it's not easy, but I feel like it's a perfect time to make it your way. I feel like there is no right process today. There's no right way to do things. You just, you need to make it your own. And I think that's what brings out the heart, brings out the passion in your work and your vision. So I say, keep doing what you're doing. And I think what you've experienced, it's going to mean the world to her. And I think y'all, together, you're going to create your own process. So congratulations to you both. And this has been just so amazing.
I appreciate that, Chris. I have loved this opportunity to talk to you.
You're very welcome. Miss Pamela, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Super congrats on all your amazing work, talent, and success. Happy birthday, by the way. It's so awesome because when I interviewed Michelle, it was my birthday. And then when I posted the episode, it was her birthday. Now it's your birthday. So happy birthday. This is so awesome.
Thank you.
Magical times.
Oh, yes. I believe in celebrating ourselves. I do. I think it's a really good celebration to honor the fact that you get to be here, and somebody thought you were good enough to be here. So yeah, I like birthdays.
So beautiful. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Rewatch the Slumber Party Massacre, rewatch Little House on the Prairie, Days of Our Lives. Miss Pamela is just amazing, super talented. She's an icon. Watch, rewatch, and enjoy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for believing, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.